welcome back to another episode of Indistinct Chatter. I'm your gracious host, Julian.
And I'm Lucas.
And today we have a topic today. It's sarcasm?
Sarcasm.
Yeah, it's totally sarcasm.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we're gonna be very sarcastic, and we're gonna get into what is sarcasm, you know? Because I don't know about you, but I've kind of wondered what exactly does sarcasm mean? When did it start?
Who invented it?
Literally.
What's the derivative of the word sarcasm?
Yeah.
What origin does the word come from?
Literally. And also, why do we love it so much?
It's pretty fun,
right?
You know.
It's one of my favorite forms of communication. When someone asks me what day is it today? Or no, that was not a good question. You know what I mean though? When someone asks you a stupid question and you're like, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Of
course.
It's great. I love that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna delve right into the literal meaning of sarcasm.
The definition.
That one, yeah. The definition of sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm. Sarcasm.
Okay.
Sarcasm.
There you go. That's how you pronounce it correctly.
Sarcasm.
For those of you who have been saying it wrong, that's how you say it.
Sarcasm.
And that's how women say it.
Okay, so the definition of sarcasm: the use of irony to mock or convey contempt. His voice, hardened by sarcasm, could not hide his resentment. Honestly, work.
You know what I've actually always wondered? The first person who spoke in sarcasm, were people just
That's fair. Was it a big thing? Did the train stop? Were trains even invented when it happened?
Literally.
Well, because it said 16th century, so that's the 1500s. So I'm assuming that was during the Elizabethan era, because that's when Shakespeare was around and doing his jush. So I'm gonna be bold and say Shakespeare was one of the girls that had a hand in this.
That's fair,
especially
yeah.
writing plays that I think behold irony and sarcasm.
Fair, yeah.
So Miss Shakespeare could have.
She could have invented.
Yes.
Let's be real.
So that's the girls probably were shaken when that happened. So
let's say someone who when sarcasm was first being used and no one really kind of knew about it and people weren't using it as much.
Yeah.
If someone was, let's say, a shopkeep,
yeah,
and they were like, hey, I'm here selling fucking. What did they used to sell back then? I'm selling hair pieces.
Yeah.
And some lady walks in and she's like, hey, do you guys have blonde hair pieces? And the shopkeep turns around and goes, no, we have none. We don't carry that.
Yeah.
Would she have gone oh, okay, thank you?
That's well, I feel like she probably would have been like, bitch, I see them right here.
Yeah, right?
And she didn't understand the context of what
Yeah.
sarcasm was. So I feel like there was probably a lot of that, and well, that happens today still too, though.
That's
people
true.
will be like, "Oh, really?" Or "Oh, we'll use sarcasm."
Yeah.
And people will be like, "Explain."
Yeah.
Arkansas, explain. It literally is
Yeah, people are still dumb nowadays.
That's
true.
what I mean. People don't get irony.
Yeah.
They don't get the idea of the English language.
Which is unfortunate, because, sweetheart, we've been doing it all our lives. Get it together.
It's all right. It's not too bad.
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you enjoy, speaking in sarcasm?
I don't enjoy the English language. So
That's fair.
that's where we'll start with that.
Fair.
I just think there's way too many rules and way too many things that don't add up. If I'm a mathematician, I'm looking at the numbers and something is not adding up. And that's a problem for me.
Or are there enough rules? That was sarcasm.
That was... See, and I didn't get it at first. I thought you were serious. Right there. I'm the person. So I literally was like, wait, what? And then I was like, no, there's like too many.
Yeah.
And that... See? It went right over my head. And the thing is, I use sarcasm. I'm a sarcastic person. Like, I do it. But again, like, when I'm not on, I'm off. And I am not receiving... or computing what you're saying to me.
But at the same time, I feel like it also really does have to do with with the voice you use, because some people use sarcasm just like, oh,
That's
no,
fair.
like this. But then
So are you saying you're bad at sarcasm?
in that moment, yes, yes. But like usually when I do, like when I like speak in sarcasm, I will do that voice like, no, you know, I'll do that like
voice like no.
literally.
I would like the audience, if they know Julian, if they think he's good at sarcasm, to please comment below.
Okay. I am, and if I get anyone saying I'm not, you're wrong. And that wasn't sarcasm. That was truth.
To me, that was sarcasm.
Ah, bitch. Okay. But yeah, like, do you enjoy using sarcasm?
I do, to an extent. I find there's a time and a place. I feel like there's
Fair,
people
yeah.
that use sarcasm so much, and there was like always that one kid in school that always did that, like the thing where you're like saying, oh, is this, and they're like, oh, like, yeah, like, all, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
That you wanted to hit, because you're like, bitch, I'm trying to learn
Yeah.
math right now, and you're using sarcasm to be like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not cute. Do you know what I
feel
mean?
that,
And
yeah.
that kid is literally probably like, I'm not gonna bully him right now. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna bully him. But no, I'm like, but you know what I mean? It's very much that. So I'm like, I use it, but I try to like keep my shit together. So I'm not coming for a doll unless I'm coming for a doll.
That's fair. I was told that, I mean, I wasn't that kid in high school. Let's just say that now. I was not that kid. I feel like I use sarcasm more when I'm just like annoyed with people.
Yeah.
And like that's when like I'll use like a lot more sarcasm.
Yeah.
But
And I think that's when people find it patronizing. Because it's like...
yeah. And like that's yeah, and that's how you can always kind of tell that someone is like they're not in like the good mood. Like they're like
No.
bitch, like I'm done. Like no, like bitch, you're stupid. You know, that's you can tell when someone's like that when they're when they use a lot of sarcasm, and that's definitely how I was. I don't use it as much anymore just because work like at work, I would use it a lot with my like manager, you know, it's a family business, so like my mother. And you know, she would constantly tell me, she's like, I find it very annoying that you're saying that.
Mother.
You know?
It's telling this to my mother.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, no, she'd be like, you know, it's really annoying.
I'm
like,
sending that clip to her.
bitch, fucking DM her, be like, hey, so
Literally.
look what he said about you.
Yeah.
But no, you know what I mean? Like, she would always be, she was like, I hate when you do it. Like, just like stop doing it. Like, why do you do that? And like, she would always be kind of like attacking my sarcasm, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I felt personally attacked, so I haven't done as much.
So
but
she diminished your sparkle.
literally, but now she does it. Bitch, she talks.
So that's a double standard.
Kind of like what you were saying before, like, you know, there's a time and place for sarcasm. I find that too, and there are lots of times where I find it annoying when people like talk in sarcasm, because I'm like, just like,
Yeah.
like I asked you a question, can you just fucking answer me?
Yeah, there's like, I feel the same way. Like there's things at work, and I'll go and ask someone if something, there's urgency in my tone, there's something, and they respond with sarcasm.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I literally completely ignore it, and I'll ask them again and look them dead in the face and be like, but like angrier.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. And then like, why are you so mad? I'm like, because you're an annoying piece of shit.
Literally.
That's why. Just answer the fucking question. Yeah.
I definitely feel like I get really annoyed when people use it at work, though. Like, outside of work, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm more, like, okay with it, and, like, you know, when people use it all the time, obviously, yes, there's, like, an extent to it, but yeah, like, definitely at work with what you're saying is, like, don't do it at work. At work is, like, that's, like, not the place for sarcasm, because we all need to be on the same, like, level, but, like, if you're doing outside of work, and you're being that annoying person, that's totally fine, you know?
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, like, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like, again, like, I just feel like it's, like, there's just, it's just, I'm like I feel like what I was saying is, like, if you like sarcasm, I feel like just use it. I don't use it all the time. Use it so when you do use it, people are like, oh my god, that was actually like clever.
Yeah.
That was actually funny. That was actually like a moment. You know what I mean? If you're using it so much that people are just like numb to the experience, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I think sarcasm is a dangerous tool.
It really is.
If you don't know how to use it properly, it is dangerous.
It's like a gun. If you haven't like gone to classes, like please don't do it. Don't take it out in the streets.
That's why it's legal in America.
Bitch, literally, you will hurt someone.
Literally.
So don't hurt anyone. I can't live without sarcasm, even though I don't do it like that much. I just feel like I definitely need to have some sort of like release. I feel like sarcasm is that sort of like release of like tension without, you know, getting like angry.
That's fair.
You know, it's
yeah. I don't think about it. I just say what I want to say.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I'm like, if I'm mad or if I have questions, I'll just ask you. I'll confront you.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I feel like, but like with sarcasm, though, like, if someone were like, you know, let's say if you were, again, this is my only example. My only example is with wigs, and I don't know why that came, but that's what it is now. But like, you know, if you were working at a wig store and like you were constantly getting people being like, hey, like, do you have blonde wigs?
Yeah.
Like, eventually you'd be like, no. You know, eventually you need, like, I feel like it's like some sort of release after, you know, and after a while being like, yeah, they're just over here. Yeah, they're just over here. Eventually you'd want to be like, you know, that sarcasm of like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're dumb. You're not smart, you know? That last sip for some reason was like, you know those things when like the taste buds you can like taste it like back here? I feel like the back ones are like less sensitive, but like when it hits and like they feel something, that's when it's like too much. And that's what I felt.
Yeah.
That's what I felt with that last sip.
That's so interesting.
And that was our entire skit on sarcasm.
Thank you so much for viewing Indistinct Chatter this week.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this sarcasm-filled episode. Yeah. It's full of it.
It's been, like, so much fun.
It's been so much fun.
To have you view us, you know?
Yeah.
It's been awesome. It's been great.
Don't forget to like the video.
And also, give it a share.
Give it a share, yeah.
Because people need to know about sarcasm and what the definition is and where it came from.
And the next two are the most important ones. Subscribe to the channel so you can get more hot content like this. Okay?
Honestly, even if you want to like sarcastically subscribe to it, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to it. Click subscribe.
Yeah.
And then
and then just forget about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just move on. Exactly. How do you know about all this content? How do you know you subscribe, but then you're not gonna hear? You need a little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh.
What was that sound?
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Exactly.
That's what the notification bell.
Exactly.
So smash that shit after you hit the subscribe button. Hello.
It's been a joy, and we will see.
A joy? It's been a joy. Oh my god. Now we are very much giving a white woman.
Bitch.
It's been a joy. We'll catch you next week in Distinct Chatter. Okay?
Bitch.
Not Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, no, not again. Not the second video.
No.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm sweating out of